Hey guys, this is Shamanic Awag Priestess here, and welcome to 29 Days of Melanated Excellence in celebration of Black History Month. So I'm making 29 videos for the month of February. It's because there's not 29 days. Last year was 29 days because it was a leap year. I still wanted to do 29 videos, so my last video is going to be on Monday. So Monday, March 1st. Okay, so this will be our last week. So to make up for yesterday's video, so day 22 will be this video. The next video I'm recording is day 23. We'll be nice and caught up. And I'm going to try for the last week to post one daily video every day. We'll see how that works. But this was edition 2021. I did it last year, like I said. So everybody enjoyed that one. Last year was all about the spiritualists and the spiritual people that contributed to African traditional religious practices of the diaspora. And this year's theme is different topics about the ATRs of the diaspora. So today's video is going to be all about curses, binding, hex, and evil eyes. Other than love readings, financial readings, predictive readings, all this good stuff, a question that I get asked a lot is, am I cursed? Did somebody put roots on me? Things like that, because some people will notice they're having like a lot of negative things happening to them and just wondering if someone did something spiritual to kind of handle those blockages and things like that. So there is a difference though between curses, bindings, hexes, and the evil eye. So let's start with the evil eye. You can see my evil eye pendant there. Okay, I usually wear the bracelet. Okay, an evil eye basically is this person or these individuals or these groups of people do not have to necessarily do a spell on you. Okay, the evil eye literally can be something that's done mentally, someone wishing harm towards you. Okay, so you can have the evil eye from someone who is not even practicing anything magical or anything like that. It could literally be, for example, you could be in a crowded supermarket and somebody behind line might think she thinks she's so cute. You know, I hope she gets run over by a car getting out there. Like somebody wishing bad on you, or she thinks she's so cute. Hope something happens to her looks or whatever. Like people could be wishing bad on you. And the sad thing about the evil eye, anybody could do that. You could have somebody you think is a friend of yours and is not even a friend of yours that's always wishing bad on you. It's why I always tell people, when it comes to the people you surround yourself with, make sure that these people actually have good intentions towards you, because they could bring negative energy into your life. They could literally give you the evil eye. You know, they could literally wish harm and bad upon you. Okay, strangers, like I said. So it's very important that as a spiritual person, or just as a a person at all, that you do cleansing. So some people, you see a lot of people saging because trying to get rid of negative energies, but there's like, you can do other things. You can take a spiritual bath. Okay, you can take a spiritual bath with the basic things in your cabinet. For instance, like, yeah, you can get all these like really hard to get ingredients and all of this stuff, but remember, like, I work the folk magic, the hoodoo traditions, the things of, you know, the diaspora. So my ancestors were not always getting all these fancy things, right? We worked with whatever was available. So for instance, rosemary is a good, you know, removing the evil eye, removing negativity. Spearmint, you know, my mom worked a lot with peppermint, spearmint, all these things. Edible sage, coffee, that's something I've given recipes to my client. Coffee is so magical in a spiritual bath. You can use Florida water, Hoyt's cologne. You can use Rhodoper cologne. You could use you can use so many things, guys. You can use holy water, which I made a video about holy water. Some people do moon water. I don't do that, but if that speaks to you, hey, things like that. But like I said, you can literally get something out of your cabinet. Basil, bay leaves, guys. Basil itself, like, it's a good, like, hex remover. Thyme, like, there's so many things. You can buy tea if you don't have access to, like, fresh herbs. You can buy a tea bag that contains these things. Open up the tea bag, and let it steep in hot water and add it to your bath. I always tell people you can do it in 1 day, 3 days, 7 days, 9 days, 5 days, any of your magical numbers, whatever spirit calls you to do. You can do candles, especially white candles are so good for removing negativity. Okay. Some people use black candles to remove negativity. Okay. And things like that. I tend to use whites, reds, that type of situation. You could do sandbat work, things like that, just to remove the evil eye if somebody has bad intentions. You can do a good egg cleanse if somebody has bad intentions towards you and you've attracted negative energy. Like I said, someone does not have to light a candle against you. Just with their mind alone could cause the evil eye to be upon you. El ojo, el mal de ojo. So I know that in my culture, when we would have babies, we always had blessed amulets, el puño, the black little fist on the babies, or like even the little eye pinned on the baby, or other things, because people could look at your baby and wish negativity upon your baby. I know when I was pregnant, I didn't let anybody touch my stomach because I'm like, I don't want the evil eye, people, wishing negative things on me. I always am very, like, I'll say like, oh, this is my birthday month, but I never tell you guys exactly what date because I don't want people to wish bad upon me. So, the evil eye is real, and there's so many things you can do to protect yourself from the evil eye. If you have a main spirit, like a spirit that's over your head, I don't share that with people because somebody could drown that spirit. Somebody could wish the evil eye on you, okay? But the evil eye is a temporary condition. Like, if you treat it, temporary condition. Hexing somebody would actually require you to do some type of a working. Not the evil eye necessarily, but hexing does. Now, hexing is temporary. So someone can do some type of spell work or roots on you, and it can cause issues depending on what their intention is. It can cause you to break up with somebody. It can cause chaos. It could cause stagnation of finances, things of that nature. You can do the same thing: spiritual baths, floor washes, cleaning your home, egg cleansing, all of that stuff. But sometimes with a hex, if you're continuing to burn black, like the candles, the glass is burning black, things like that, it may require you to get the help of someone, but not necessarily. Most people, and if they're like someone who knows what they're doing magically, can pretty much remove a hex. It might require a set amount of prayers, and depending on what tradition you come from, prayers, days of baths, talking to the spirits, invoking your protections and all these things. And stuff like that. So a hex is temporary. But people confuse hexing with cursing. Hexing and cursing is not the same thing. A curse is something that for the most part you would need a professional to remove, because a curse never goes away. A hex could be temporary. So once that spell is over, because a lot of people will hex somebody so they could get them to do their will. So let's say someone has been giving them the evil eye. Somebody hexed them. So they're like, okay, you want to hex me? Now I'm going to get my spirits and we're going to have a whole spiritual war. And then when somebody gives in, then that person stops doing it. Like, the work is done. Because once the work is burnt down, or if it's a burial thing or whatever, sooner or later somebody's going to find it. Sooner or later it's going to wear off, right? Because hexing eventually wears off, but some people still seek professional help because this could take a year, it could 2, whatever, depending on the type of working it is, and things of that nature. But again, a hex can be temporary. It could be long term, but it's still temporary. You can break it yourself. You can hire somebody to break it for you, so on and so forth. But a curse does require the help of a professional person, because you can be born with a curse. And a lot of people misuse that word. And what do I mean by that? So for instance, an ancestors of yours could have done something, and somebody cursed them. And so whoever is the seed of that family line, they could be born with generational curses. So they're like, why do I have all this bad stuff happening to me? It could be back a long time ago. So this is where the ancestral spirits come in, like the Indio spirit, like the Madama spirit, again, depending on your tradition and things like that, because they're known to break generational curses. You can still have control over that. Just because someone curses you doesn't mean that you just have to live your life as this, like, person that's just like, I'm always gonna have bad luck and my life is gonna be horrible. You can seek the help of a professional, and they will work through your family line and kind of get all that stuff gone. It is gonna take work, but if a curse isn't treated, it will literally continue you to have this very destructive, sad life, and things like that. Like, you will always be like, wow, like, I just have this really difficult life. And I don't know why. So in my culture, that's when you will go to the shaman, you will go to your santero or santera, or you will go to your hugan and your mambo. They specialize in those types of things. They work with specific spirits that are known to break these types of curses, and they'll give you like a remedy. So you have to do X amount of days of this, X amount of days of that. They're going to make an herbal mixture. They might even negotiate with the spirit that will send on your family to curse your family line, so on and so forth. It's a whole thing. And things like that. Like, I've actually met a skinwalker. Those could be considered curses as well, because they will continue to haunt a certain family line. Bruce Lee, when he was alive, said he had a family curse on him too. He had like a demon or something following him, and that's why he had tragedy. His son had tragedy. They say the same thing about John F. Kennedy and the males in that family. So you don't have to believe in curses, but they're real. Like, it could really ruin people's lives. This is why these close traditions come in handy. This is why you have people flying to certain parts of the world. I want to try ayahuasca. I want to talk to this shaman. I want to talk. So that's a legitimate thing. Like, some people are really cursed, and there's is something that, again, either someone did it in this lifetime, or it's something that's generational. Maybe somebody put a curse in this family's line, love life or money or things like that. So that's where things like shamanism and hugans and mambos and these indigenous religions come from. You will seek the help of a professional, and they will be able to help you. Again, it might take work, but you can get results pretty much. So, a curse is something that, like, even when I've worked with people to remove them, I'm always careful who I pick, because it has to be someone that's willing to do the work. Because when you are a healer and you are breaking curses and all that, there is a price that we pay. Energetically, it could be very draining. Depending on the spirit, it can also put the healer in jeopardy. So I am always aware that I have children, and so curses are a case by case, and things like that. But yes, I've been able to help people with those types of things. But I do require certain things for me to actually touch that, because these are very heavy energies, because again, we're carrying them into every generation. Okay, so these things are so old, it gets stronger and stronger over time. But do not lose hope, because there are people that will actually help you with that. And then we have binding. And a binding is pretty much just, you can bind somebody. So somebody can bind your stuff. They could freeze your stuff. They could delay things. They can try to take away your power. They can try to prevent you from doing things to them, but also getting things done for yourself. So that is a binding. It's pretty much taking somebody's power away, limiting, blocking, that type of thing. Okay. You could also bind a person to you, which is different from what I'm talking about right now, which is like tie somebody to you. That's not what I'm talking about in the case of like love work or whatever. I'm talking more about energetically and spiritually and magically. You can do binding work, like if somebody's doing negative things and you're like, I don't really want to curse or hex anybody. So you can bind someone. You can stop them from doing harm to you. That's what things like shut up spells, freezer spells, those kinds of things. Those are binding. Those are stopping someone from hurting you and doing harm to themselves and others and that kind of thing. So that's the difference. That also is something that is temporary and can be remedied and things of that nature. Some people, when they hex or they bind, they set a time like X and next person will do this, this, then the other, and then the thing will be broken. So those do, you can set times to those things. Whereas again, a curse is something that is very intricate. It's very it's very consuming. It doesn't have a limit. Somebody actually has to remove it from you, or you have to remove it for yourself. But most of the time, in my experience, people most of the time need help because they're very complicated, and things like that. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, please subscribe, please comment below, guys. I am about a week behind on my comments. I will be commenting on your guys's on the comments in the comment section. It's just I haven't had time and I want to keep like making the videos, but I do plan on catching up with the comment section this weekend. And like I always tell you guys, I love when you comment on my videos because it lets me know somebody's watching. And I will be, you know, trying to answer everybody's questions. You guys have really cool questions. You guys also have been asking in the comment sections based on the video, and things like that. So I'm excited about that. So thank you so much for watching, guys, until the next video. Okay, bye.